What is up? This is J&J Boxing. Today is November 6th, 2019. It's been a while, you know what I'm saying? We've been out gallivanting and doing other things. And I don't know, man. We just, probably my fault for the most part that we couldn't do the show. But we're back, better than ever. I'm Blaze Jays.
What's up, man? It's your boy Jordan.
Yes, we're in the building. And we got a lot of things to talk about, man. A lot of things that went down since we last did the show. Yes. Some things have been happening. The Nationals won the World Series, did their thing. I was at the little watch party at the stadium. Obviously, Game 7 was in Houston. But it was great. Loved it. Couldn't believe it. They did it for D.C. Jordan, let me ask you, do you think the Nationals winning the World Series was bigger than the Capitals winning the Stanley Cup?
I'm going to say that it might be equal because I just listened to the local radio station. It made a good point. The Nationals and the Caps are like this. Were like the same. They always were. They were reaching their hand to the pot, but they just couldn't grab it. So it's like, man, when the Capitals won that joint, it was like, oh shit, the Caps won. We finally got the shit done. And that's how it is with the Nats. It's like, man, congratulations to the Nats. And congratulations to all the fans, everybody that's from the area, man. Look, we got a World Series, and they did it in good fashion. We didn't close them out, bro. Yeah, we didn't sweep them, but we closed it out, man. We did it in good fashion, bro.
Man, it would have been nice if they would won at least one in D.C., but...
It would have been, but, hey,
their
look.
away team won every game.
To crush them, man. To crush them in their house. Ooh! Shout out to Howie Kendrick, too, man. Woo! I gotta give me a Howie Kendrick jersey. Man. Shout out to
he might play with a new team next year, though, man.
Oh, man. Hopefully he stays, man.
This is the last year of his contract, and he's like, I think he's 35. He's probably be 36 next year.
Well, look, I hope maybe he might retire and just call it quits. Who knows?
Hey, it'd be great if he just went out.
It would be great, but shout out to Howie Kendrick, man.
Yeah, he was balling. The whole team, man.
The whole team was balling.
Yeah.
Strasburg, and John would be the one to tell y'all. First off, I fucking hate Strasburg, but hey, hats off to him, props to him. That man was a killer.
World Series MVP, 5-0.
Man, he was a killer, man.
Yeah, man, things was crazy. I actually think it's bigger. The Nationals winning it than the Caps winning. See, it's real close. Don't get me wrong. The way the Caps overcame the Penguins, a long-time nemesis, and the way the Caps were like the first ones in a long time to really make some noise and go get the Stanley Cup. But man, it's just something different when it's the World Series and it's Game 7 and we beat the 100 and some win Houston Astros. I just think it's just a little bit. More special and everything. And I was going to go to the parade, but then I heard there were 100,000 people there, and I said, I'm not going. But it was...
That's saying that now about if we look at the numbers for the parades, if the numbers for the national joint was more than the Capital ones.
I don't think 100,000 people were out there for the Capitals.
I don't think they were either. And the Nats, everybody was
out there. It was a huge deal. I remember watching the Capitals parade. It was huge too, but the Nationals joint, I just think it was a little bit more special. But hey, shout out to both teams. I'm not really the biggest hockey fan in the world.
Hey, look, man, shout out to the Nationals. The Caps ain't win nothing yet. Shout out to the Nationals.
Yeah, that's what have you done for me lately, kind of business.
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, shout out to the Nats, man.
Hey, but man, we got a couple free agents coming up, man. Strasburg, he just opted out of his deal. Rendon's a free agent. Howie Kendrick's a free agent. Man, what you think we're gonna do in the off season?
Yeah, man, I'm pretty sure we're gonna try our best to. If it comes down to it, I know with you saying Howie Kendrick is 35, turning 36, I'm pretty sure they're not going to reach out to they're not going to stretch to get him. But they're going to work on Rendon and Strasburg. And I'm pretty sure Strasburg is going to be the main focus, trying to keep Strasburg in Washington.
Man, Rendon, though, he's a younger player. I think Rendon's like 25 or something.
You know what?
Like that.
And if it was me...
I'm not 100% certain on these ages, but I think Rendon's like 25, and then Strasburg's like 29.
And people going to probably find me crazy, but if it was me, I'll probably go for Rendon more than I would go for Strasburg because we still got Scherzer. Scherzer's not bad. Scherzer's pretty damn good. Well, is he Strasburg good? I don't know, but I like Scherzer better than Strasburg. And we can always go out and get it.
Rendon's 29. Excuse me. He's 29, but he's a really good player though. So
and in that case, then they're probably gonna go for. Like I said, either way, it's going to go. They're gonna go for Strasburg. Either way, the team is going for Strasburg. The organization is going for Strasburg.
man, I actually think we probably try to give Rendon a big fat contract, and we're not gonna be able to afford Strasburg. Like Strasburg might go get a big ass contract.
And you never know; it might happen. Hopefully, if he does, as long as you don't go to the Yankees
or the Orioles. So but
the Orioles need anybody. I don't think anybody's gonna go there.
Yeah. Nah, I feel that. I was seeing how old Strasburg is. Strasburg's 31. He's gonna be 32 next year.
Still young.
Yeah, and Rendon's 29.
I'm telling you right now,
He turned 29. He's gonna be 30 next year. So he's like
they're going for it. They're going for it. I'm telling you, they're gonna go
2
for
years
Strasburg.
younger.
They're gonna go for Strasburg.
Yeah, we'll be interesting to see how.
Because Anthony Rendon, one thing I was listening to Grant Danny. They were saying Rendon's agent is the same agent as Bryce Harper.
Yeah, and so he might want to kind of try to score in the Nationals. So, and I don't think Strauss. I think they have different agents. And what's his name? Boris. I don't remember his name. But anyway, yeah, the agent for.
For real, that agent ain't really got nothing to work with this year. Like, can't say let's go. We can go to a different team and go to get a World Series. Well, this team just won one.
Right. You might as well stay.
You might as well stay. Like, for real, let's let Bryce Harper, man. He left and thought he had greener pastures. Guess like the grass ain't always greener.
Yeah, it definitely isn't. It definitely isn't. So anyway, we'll see what happens. I think free agency is going to start up here, and not too long in baseball.
And you know what's crazy? What's about to come up for the 2020 Olympics? You know the World Baseball whatever qualifiers are coming up soon too.
So there's baseball's going to be at the Olympics in 2020.
Yeah, so that's going to be something to look at too, because I want to see how the dynamics going to be. I don't know if MLB players are going to be eligible to play. I hope they are, but you never know. I don't think they're going to. Who's going to play though? That's the thing. And I would love to see.
Because the Olympics is during the season.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I don't think they're going to
tough.
be eligible to play, because that's kind of tough. That's really tough. Like, man, it's going to be crazy though.
Then again, I think they have the World Baseball Classic during the season. Like, it's kind of in the summer.
The World Baseball Classic.
And guys take off. Guys take off to go to play in the World Baseball Classic.
See, the World Baseball. I remember we talked about the World Baseball Classic before. I really have not seen coverage of it, and I've never.
They
really
tried to make
it
a big deal, but it's kind of.
Yeah, they tried to probably make it like soccer. It's soccer's too. It's like a bigger sport.
I think they have it every 3 years, so they were supposed to have it this year, but they didn't have it, or so. I have no idea what's
because
going
with the Olympics game, with the baseball going back to the Olympics.
Oh yeah. That probably is it. So they probably delayed it.
Interesting, man. That is going to be one of the interesting things for me this year.
So then they probably will let them play in the Olympics then. I guess maybe just let them take some time off with it.
That would be interesting to see though. That would be really interesting. Yeah, that would be really interesting.
All right, yep, I feel you. So the Nationals do their thing. Shout out to them, and hopefully the Orioles can try to get to 500.
Who cares? They're done.
Hey, but anyway, so that was a wrap on the baseball season. So it should be interesting to see how free agency goes down and everything. All right, so what do you think? There were previously 2 undefeated teams into the NFL. In the NFL going into Sunday. One of those teams is 9-0, if I'm not mistaken, and that would be the San Francisco 49ers. And one of those teams lost to another bum-ass team up in Baltimore. Sorry, I'm just playing. Obviously, because my skins suck. They're the real bum-ass team. But Baltimore beat the Patriots. I want to ask, just because they're the best teams in the league, just because both our teams suck, let's talk about the 2 best though, best record-wise.
Let me tell you about that Baltimore and Patriots game. I think the Patriots were exposed in that game. Is either that or Lamar Jackson is just that damn good, dog. Like no one can say that it wasn't. It was the defense that stopped the Patriots. No, it was Lamar Jackson who stopped the Patriots, and that offense is actually a good, young, powerful offense. But I think that's a good-ass team, and I think they're going to make a good run in the playoffs. I'm just saying, I think that Lamar Jackson Man, I love it when my predictions come true. Like I said, he's gonna be better than Baker Mayfield. Right now, he's showing me that, and I really like Lamar Jackson. I'm really impressed by the Ravens. I really did think that coming in this year that they were going to do that well because I didn't like the. It was a very young team. Like I wasn't really sold on him, and I wasn't really sold on Lamar Jackson like that just because of what he did in the back end of last season. But he is really man, bro. I'm proud of Lamar, man. I hope he keeps on doing it.
Oh, and correction, the 49ers are 8-0.
Oh, 8-0. That's cool.
So, but they doing their thing.
They doing their thing, and I much respect to Kyle Shanahan too. Like, man, he's a genius, bro. I wish we would have kept him. The Falcons need him because right now we are some ass. But jeez, man.
You know what I'm saying? I'm mad at my Redskins. I'm not mad at my Redskins. Let him go because he had to go with Shanahan because him and RG3 was going at it. So, but he had a great. He was responsible for RG3's rookie year. Basically, that was Kyle Shanahan was the mastermind.
I love to see him go to the Super Bowl. That's like a good fuck you to Dan Snyder.
What do you think? He already done blown a 25-point lead in the Super Bowl. He already had his chance.
I understand that wasn't his fault. That was
let's get our teams out of this. You know what I'm saying? But Kyle Shanahan, he's a good coach. You know what I'm saying? Obviously doing his thing.
Great coach.
And what do you think about Jimmy Garoppolo though? Do you think he's a great quarterback, or do you think he's kind of like Mitch Trubisky was last year, like behind a great defense? Because the Niners' defense is really good.
I think Jimmy G is doing well because he has a good offensive-minded coach, and I think that the one thing about Kyle Shanahan I love about Kyle, he knows how to groom a quarterback, and I think that that Jimmy G is working well in Kyle's system, and that's what I think about Jimmy G. I think he's in the right situation right now, and I think that this was the right situation for him, and it's perfect for him. He has a great coach that knows how to work with Jimmy G, and I think that he's doing his thing, man. I'm surprised about him too. Like I'm surprised about the Niners. Period. I didn't think the Niners were gonna be good at all. I'm surprised. This is a good team. Really good team, man. Really good team.
It is crazy. Second thing is and so. Yeah, I'm with you on that, and like the Ravens, like they did their thing, and I mean I think the Patriots are really good too. They won.
Oh, yeah, don't get it confused. The Patriots are good,
but
damn man,
the Ravens are like
that gets you thinking like in your mind, like son, the Ravens can do that because that defense. Now, mind you, before that game, that defense was probably the ranked number 1 defense in the league. Like they were dominating shit. This is probably the best Patriots defense we've seen in a long time. They got just punished. They got punished, relentless.
They had no answer for Lamar Jackson.
None at all. And Julian Edelman was fumbling. Son, it's crazy.
It was great.
It was a good game, man.
So on Sunday at 4:15, the Patriots are going to Philadelphia to play the Eagles. You think the Eagles can get it, or are you going with the Pats?
I don't know. That's going to be a tough game. Tough game to call for real. I like Carson Wentz. He's a good quarterback. But do I think he's playing like the MVP Carson Wentz? Not really.
He had a good game against the Bears last week.
Yeah, but, I mean, come on. Come on.
I mean, the Bears' defense is pretty good.
They are. But I'm just saying, he has some injuries on his team. I know Deshaun Jackson, they put him on IR.
Yeah, he's on IR. I am done with Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Jackson is officially done. I'm tired of it, bro. Every year, bro. It's just, bro, you might as well just retire, bro. Just hang him up. Like, he has the ability, bro, but he does not have the durability.
He doesn't. Yeah, he's not durable at all anymore. I don't know. Maybe it's all that running and gunning down the field. Just finally just wear and tear, but I think the Patriots might bounce back. I think they're going to be really mad. And I feel bad. I'm not going to say it. I feel bad. I think that they're going to take it out on the Eagles, and I think it's going to be. It's not going to be a blowout, but it's going to be a good game, but it's not going to be a blowout. I think the Patriots get it done 35-14.
Yeah, in Philly. I think it's going to be a little closer than that, not 35-14. But
I think
yeah, the Pats probably get it done. Hey, but I think the Niners are going to take their first L. They're going, they're at home actually Monday night, and they're playing the Seahawks, and the Seahawks have been.
Ooh, the Seahawks have been on fire, and they just got Josh Gordon, man.
If I was a betting man, I'd probably take Seattle. So I think Seattle going to do it.
Nah.
Nah, you think the Niners gonna beat the Seahawks?
I gotta see.
Well,
I gotta look.
You know the Seahawks are really good on prime time. Like
They are.
They have like some crazy ass record, like 14-3 with Russell Wilson as quarterback.
And they just got.
With Josh Gordon. Son, you know they're gonna know how to use that motherfucker. Like,
that's why I think I'm gonna call it a close game. Oh man, it's gonna be tough. That's going to be a good matchup for the Niners defense to see how they can contain Russell Wilson.
And to me, he's been the MVP this year. Russell Wilson has been balling. So he has like 22 touchdowns, like 1 interception, like some ridiculous ass shit like that. Like, yeah, Russell Wilson is balling. Hey, my Skins got a bye week. What you think about the Falcons going down to Louisiana, down to the Superdome?
Man, I hate the Saints, but I know they're gonna scorch us. It's gonna be scorch earth down there. It's gonna be Cajun style Falcons. It's gonna be bad, bro. Like, look what Teddy Bridgewater was able to do.
And Drew Brees.
And look, Drew Brees came back, and Drew Brees, look what he doing. It's like he wasn't even hurt. He just came back and like, I'm not hurt. Like, son, bro, we are not playing well at all. This has been a really disappointing season. It's just not going to be good. I already know it's going to be a blowout. Hopefully it's going to put a 50 on us.
Is it 50? Nah, it's going to be closer than
that. No, it's not. I just hope they're going to put a 50 on us.
Hey, man, I don't know, man. I had
a dream they put a 55 on us, and it was like, oh, man. It's
what's y'all record?
Right man, we like 1-7 probably.
No, y'all won more than one game.
No, we're 1-7. We beat the Eagles.
Fact check time.
Fact check. We are 1-7.
Falcons record.
I'm not joking.
Son, y'all not that bad. Y'all are 1-7.
I'm not joking. 1-7.
We're 1-8, son. Damn,
we're
son.
playing for the first.
We got the bye. This is our bye week this week, so we're into the skin. So damn.
And it's like, what are we playing for? Like, why are we playing for the first pick? We just picked up 2 great offensive line picks in the draft. I forgot one of them is hurt, so we have a hurt person in the offensive line. I forgot his name, so I don't get me out here guessing. I don't even care because they suck, so it doesn't matter. Everybody on them besides Julio Jones sucks, and Calvin Ridley, you guys suck. All right, I'm just saying, like that's how it is.
Hey, it could be worse though. The Bengals are 0-8, and they're playing the Ravens.
And you know what happened?
They're starting. They benched Dalton, and they're starting Ryan Finley, the quarterback from NC State. And so they're playing the Ravens this week. It is in Cincinnati.
That's one thing I never think I was going to see.
They better
Marvin
feed
Lewis
them
get fired and see Andy Dalton get benched. Like
they seem like they were tied at the hip. Like that's what
they just had to do it.
What's the honest name? Brown, the Brown family. Paul Brown and them, Paul Brown Jr. I don't know if that's his name, but I know they're not owned by the Browns. But the Brown family. But so yeah, man, that's just crazy. The Bengals fucking stink. The Redskins fucking stink. The Falcons fucking stink. The Dolphins fucking stink. But they beat the Jets this week, so the Jets fucking stink. Everybody out here fucking sucks. And the Jets' only victory came against the Dallas Cowboys. So.
Let that sink. Let that shit sink in. Let that shit sink in.
Hey, so man, the NBA season is up and started, and the NCAA basketball season is up and started. My Maryland Terps ranked number 7. Let's get it.
Duke took down number 1 last
year. Nah. What's his name took down number 1? Kansas. Not Kansas. Kentucky.
Kentucky took down number 1.
Kentucky's number 4. Yes. Yep. And
Duke took down number 2.
Duke beat Kansas, who was number 2. And so it was a crazy ass game. Maryland played Holy Cross and beat it.
And Duke still got that. What's that light skinned dude?
Trey Jones or something.
Yeah, I know they still got that kid too. Like
he was balling last night.
He was balling last year when he ever got in the game. Like,
yeah, man.
Son, they got a good Coach K, man. He got some good kids, but he did sell his soul to the one and done. So that's all.
Hey, man, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? He saw what Calipari was doing at Kentucky, and so he started rocking.
Sold his soul to the one and done.
Yeah, that's how.
Hey, motherfucking Lakers 6-1 though.
Hey, man, them Lakers balling. Braun dropped 3 straight triple doubles. You know, that used to be my man's and shit, man. What you think about Braun? What you think about the NBA this season?
I think the NBA is gonna be a crazy thing. I'm still over here.
Steph Curry broke his hand.
Yeah, the boy is man, oh boy. let's not talk about them. But
they got a G League squad.
And you know what's funny? I was talking to some people about that the other day, and they were saying maybe like, what if Draymond and everybody are just faking this stuff because they know that they're not gonna be good this year. I don't think that's happening, but I just think that don't count them out because once these guys come back from injury, like you never know, they can just ball out and just make it to be a fifth seed in the playoffs.
Yeah, in the West, and
so
you never know what happens when you make the playoffs.
The only thing I'm worried about right now is my Wiz in the East. I just think that we have
they beat the
talent.
Pistons the other day.
I think we got the talent to be a 7th, 6th seed in the East.
Maybe make a run, but man, hopefully Wall can come back this year.
Man, hope so. Hope this dummy don't get hurt at doing dumb shit.
Hey man, John Wall is a.
Who did that stupid shit in the NFL? Kevin Cobb got a concussion because he slipped on something in the locker room. Like, come on, man.
And that was basically the end of his career.
Like, come on, man.
You think going back to the NFL? You think Jordan Reed's gonna come back for the Redskins? He got the injury against the Falcons in the preseason concussion.
I don't think that he should come back. I seen that concussion. I saw that hit, and that hit he looked like he was out of it. So I don't think he should come back. I think that
because he has had multiple concussions.
Yeah, I think that you might as well put him on injured reserve and just let him sit.
He is on injured reserve,
yeah,
but
let him sit.
Just go one more year, bro. If I was in this camp, I'd be like, bro, just give it one.
I would say that you can give it one more shot, like see what happens. But at the same time, I would tell you you just gotta understand, think about what you got to lose if something happens. But
yeah. No, I definitely feel you. I
so
definitely
much potential, man. Like Jordan Reed was like, if he's healthy and he's balling, like he's a top 5 tight end in the league, maybe even top 3 for. He's
son. Jordan Reed just likes that. Like he had potential to be a really good player.
Every fantasy.
I had him on my fantasy squad this year.
Every fantasy expert said that he's going to be a top 3 tight end this year.
Yeah,
he's going to stay healthy, man.
And see, son, with the Redskins is like, and I don't know how you feel about the Falcons, but with the Skins, bro, I did not see 1-8 coming. Like, you know what I'm saying? I thought we was gonna be decent. I actually bet money that we was gonna have the over at 6.5, because the thing was, I thought that we were gonna be. I thought that Paul Richardson and Case Keenum were gonna have a good connection. I thought that Trent Williams was gonna be there. I thought Jordan Reed was gonna have a really good season, even with the concussion. I thought he was gonna be back in like a week or two. We was gonna be ready to ball. Like I thought the defense was gonna be better. I don't even see Landon Collins on the field. That motherfucker be nowhere to be found during the game. He makes like 2 tackles a game, and that's all we hear about him. And Josh Norman gets his ass burnt every motherfucking quarter, every 6 minutes, bruh, this shit is crazy.
You say all that stuff, and you gotta take into account some of the stuff that you said. Yeah, you can't. It's like you can't nothing about it. But for the other stuff that you say, Trent Williams, you guys can't take that into account. Without Trent Williams, your offensive line was like abysmal. Like y'all needed him. No one saw that coming. No, I'm pretty sure nobody that's a fan, or nobody that's like teammates saw that coming. Nobody saw that coming. Yeah. So that's messed up. Jordan Reed. No one saw that coming either.
That was like one of the last preseason games.
It's last preseason game or third week, third week. And he's still not back, so maybe it's something else going on there than it's not. Maybe it's something else. I think that's something else. I think that these guys don't want to play for them no more. I think it's just like, man.
Nah, Jordan Reed has had a bunch of concussions.
He has, though. It's like, still, I know Trent doesn't want to play no more.
And to be honest, Trent Williams, he don't want to play for the Skins. That shit's basically...
Man, I'm being serious. I think some of the guys don't want to play for him no more. Like, just look, like they go out there. When I was watching the Falcons games. I was at work watching that shit. And I was watching it, looking at offensive line. It was like they just let they was playing the Seahawks. They just let the fucking defensive liners come through. And it was like, what are you doing? They don't want to play. Like, what do you want to... What's going on here? We got to get to the bottom of shit like this. Like, this is crazy, man. Like, you can't go out there. That's embarrassing. You're 1-7, 1-8. That's embarrassing. When you're on paper and you're one of the best teams on paper. For the Redskins, you might not have been the best team on paper, but... You still had a solid team. You had talent. Right? You had talent. You were competitive in a division where you got to be competitive.
You can say the Dolphins are tanking. The way they traded guys, the way their team was constructed.
They're tanking.
Right. I thought the Redskins was going to go like 8-8, 9-7. I mean, like 7-9, 8-8. Like, you know what I'm saying? Somewhere in there. Like, I thought the Falcons was going to be way better too.
No, I thought if I told you the Falcons were going 11-5 or 10-6 at worst, what motherfucker We ain't going 10-6. We can go 8-8. We ain't going. You think we gonna close out and win fucking back-to-back 7 games?
Y'all
No.
probably got like 4-12. We probably got like 3-13.
It's gonna be the worst season since 2013. Yeah, 2013.
We had a bad year in 2013 too.
I think we was 3-13.
4-12.
We was 4-12.
And we was 3-13.
Damn.
So it's about to be a repeat.
Oh man.
You know, notice the more things change, the more things stay the same. So.
In that year, 2013, Julio Jones got hurt too. That's with a foot injury. So I mean, I'm glad Julio signed that contract though. I'm glad they got him a new contract. I'm glad Matt Ryan's back, but man, it's not good, bro. I'm just saying, something gotta change.
Shit ain't good over here. Hey, at least my school, my alumni, Salisbury, they doing the damn thing because Frostburg moved up to D2, and we beat Wesley this year, so we balling out here. So hopefully they can make a run in the playoffs. So that's my only good football because Maryland stinks, and Florida seem like they can't beat anybody that's good. Like they seem like they lose to LSU.
And we got injuries.
Georgia.
We got injuries. We playing SEC. We got injuries. You can't have injuries playing SEC. And we commit mental errors, man. When you go back and watch the Georgia game, mental errors. Like
2 losses though, y'all can't make the playoffs. Basically,
we out. What are you talking about? We're out. We were out with 1 loss.
Yeah.
Understand this.
No,
listen. Understand this. If you're not Alabama, Clemson, Oklahoma, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Penn State, bro, 1 loss, you're not getting there. Trust me, I'm just letting you know that. I see, and I'm looking at that shit, and I'm looking at the college football player, looking at the playoffs, and I'm looking at the top 5, and I'm looking at it like, man, this shit just don't change for real. It don't take nobody out to say like, okay, maybe these guys didn't have a good win or nothing like that. They don't take nobody out. They keep the same teams in there, and all they do is move them up and down with each other, and that's it.
But the playoff rankings just came out. And it was Alabama, LSU.
Clemson's ranked number 5, I think.
Yeah. Penn State was in before
yeah, Clemson's ranked number 5.
Yeah.
Penn State's number 4. Clemson's number 5. And I think number 6 is Notre Dame.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. But hold on, we gotta check that. We gotta fact check that. But he is right though about the Clemson joint.
Clemson was left out of the playoff joint. You know what I'm saying? There were Alabama, LSU, Ohio State, Penn State.
So the AP top 25 is Ohio State number 1, LSU, Alabama, Penn State,
and Clemson was the one left out.
And then they got Georgia at 6, 7 Oregon, 8 Utah, Oklahoma at 9, Florida at 10, Auburn at 11. Now I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh, Notre Dame's 15. And Notre Dame's out with 2 losses. They're done.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is no one else that's undefeated. Boise, Connecticut. Minnesota, Baylor.
Minnesota's playing Penn State this week, though.
I know, but I'm just saying they can make a run. So Oregon. So you got
there's
Oregon.
There's going to be some good games this week. Alabama's playing LSU, too.
Oh, I think LSU's going to take that game. And if LSU beats Alabama...
Tua is playing, though.
I think LSU's going to take that game.
We might have to put some shackles on that.
DBU!
We'll see what happens, man. I've learned not to bet against Alabama. Unless they play Clemson.
But hold on, before we move on, let me just say, that's what I'm saying, though. If you look at that shit, man, that playoff system there in D1 is sucky. No other teams can like.
You might as well go back to the BCS joint.
That's what I'm saying. Like you might as well.
Unless you're gonna make that shit like 16 teams.
Because
like,
so you can give people a chance, man. You gotta give these teams a chance, bro.
But see, the thing is, if you go back to the 16, the bowl system kind of.
Well, why can't you do like the Division 2?
You could.
Why can't you do Division 2?
Have the playoffs and have the bowl.
Yeah, why not? You can do like Division 2.
But it would minimize the bowl games significance though, because you're basically taking the top 16 teams out of those, or the other 12 teams out of those bowl games.
You see, both if you're not in the top 10, or you're not, matter of fact, fuck that, you're not playing for the Gator Bowl. The
Sugar
Bowl, the Rose Bowl, the Fiesta
Bowl. The Big 5 bowls.
But you're not paying for one of them. Who cares about the Mickey?
But you know, it'd be like
good International Bowl, the All State Wireless whatever bowl, the fucking KFC,
the Little Caesars,
Pizza Bowl. Nobody don't give a fuck about that. Come on, bro. Nobody don't care about that shit. Come on now. I'm just being real. Like you gotta. It's not competition. We want competition, man. Come on, man.
Maryland be lucky if they get one of them bowls. I'd be excited if we get a Little Caesars bowl. But hey, all right. So we like halfway through the show. So man, let's get into the boxing matches, man. Let's talk about Shakur Stevenson, man. He fought, what's his name, Joey Gonzalez. Beat his motherfucking ass.
But you know what? When he fought Joey Gonzalez, if you look at the fight, and I understand there they had a beef, internal beef. You know, he's dating his sister and all this shit. Look at the fight. He beat his ass, but he didn't really go full blown. I'm going to beat your ass, Shakur Stevens styles. I think that Shakur said he didn't want to fight after the fight. He was like, I didn't want to fight you, but he had to do what he had to do. That's understandable. He had to do what he had to do. Joey Gonzalez, though, man, that was a terrible fight from him. That was embarrassing almost, like, because it was like Shakur was one step ahead of him every time, and Shakur just every time that Joey, and I was actually, you know what, for the beginning, I was like, man, I love rooting for underdogs. I thought Joey was going to probably pull it out, but every time that it really good, he was looking over, but for real, it was like it wasn't doing nothing to Shakur.
Clearly, Shakur was
yeah, and it's just a good job by Shakur. It was
like a walk in the park.
It was a walk in the park.
Besides the 7th round, what's his name?
That nigga out the way, man. He got Gonzalez out the way.
I bet at least he didn't get knocked out, though.
At least he didn't get knocked out, but he got him out the way.
Basically, that's kind of the summary of that fight. You know what was a great fight before the Canelo Kovalev job? What was his name? Miguel Berchelt versus Jason Sosa. Bruh,
that was
son, Miguel Berchelt, son, he really impressed me, son. Because the thing was, it was only 4 rounds, but it was like he had an intensity meter, and he was turning the notch up every round. Because it was like in the 2nd round, he hit Sosa with some amazing ass shots, and Sosa ate them joints, and I was like, all right, that's a bet, you know what I'm saying? We can recover from this joint. 3rd round, Berchelt turned that joint, just turned up just a little more. I think he knocked Sosa down, and so I'm like, all right, but we good. He ate the joint, he survived, and then the 4th, he cranked that joint up just a little bit more. And son, he was throwing them, whoom, like not just like the time try to place the joints. No, he was letting his hands go, son. Like I was thoroughly impressed. Like 4th round, it was over. It was over. Cuz couldn't take, son. That was great. That was a great performance. Like
excellent performance. I was happy with that joint. That joint was excellent.
Ooh, that shit was crazy. That shit was on I think it was regular ESPN actually, or ESPN Plus one of them. But it was fucking great. My bad. That's better.
Nah, you good. It was excellent, man.
But son, it was a great fucking fight. Like it was a very entertaining fight. It wasn't great for Jason Sosa.
Down, man. That combination knock him down was just amazing because he was like boom, boom, then boom, and when he was going, before he went down, he hit him, boom, and then he went down like, son, them joints was lethal. Like
I was just watching, like, damn,
that was a good fight because both of them was throwing them joints.
And Sosa had a good chin, but Berchelt was just throwing the hardest shots, like, and he was really letting his hands go. Hey, if you're at home, you should watch a recap of that fight, like rewatch that joint. It was a really entertaining fight. That joint did his thing. I was very, very impressed. What do you think about the Canelo versus Kovalev, man? Man, give your opinion on that joint, and I give my opinion.
I was fucking hoping Kovalev would win, but I'm gonna tell you something right now. I don't care what nobody say. I think that shit was like a payoff fight, like because if you look at any other Kovalev fight, man, when he throw his shit, he throws his shit like he throws his shit out there. You can't tell me that the whole time fight he was trying to figure Canelo out. You can't say that because it was moments when he pieced Canelo up. He was winning every round until what was it? What round was it?
It was. We both had 6-4 going into the 11th, and the 11th was the final round. But we had Kovalev up early though. So you know what I'm saying? He won like the first 3 or something like that.
But like when I was talking to somebody about this, and I was talking to actually one of my supervisors at work, and he used to box, but he was watching the fight. He's Hispanic, and they all love Canelo, but he actually was like so fucking straightforward with the joint. He said, man, that was a bullshit fight. He's like, he disappointed Canelo for taking a fight, number 1. Number 2, it was like, how do you can't really, that was like a give me. That was like a give me, like he just gave me this joint. Kovalev was a much older fighter. Okay, but experience takes toll. He also was saying, like, which I think he was going off the deep end a little bit, but then again, it made sense when looking at the fight. It doesn't look like Kovalev was even fighting for it. It looked like Kovalev didn't even want to fight. If you look at it, when it came down to like the championship rounds or it came down to later rounds, it's like he was just pit patting, and you can't tell me that Canelo was blocking shit. Now, let me tell you this: if you watch that fight, when Kovalev was throwing them joints, he was connecting and landing, and Kovalev was actually had him hurt. Kovalev had this man hurt. And I believe it was the seventh. No, it was the. Yes, it was the seventh round going to the eighth round. He had Canelo hurt, and he didn't press the issue. He just sat there, and the crowd started booing, and that's how I understood. I was like, oh, this is over. Canelo gonna win, and then Canelo knocked his ass out in impressive fashion. But it was like, come on, man. Like, oh man, like come on, man.
See, we watched the fight together. You know what I'm saying? Big Josh and Nathan, they was sleeping. They was snoring and shit because they pressed the fight. Now we're back for the UFC 244, which was fucking crazy. But the thing was, we watched the fight together, and we both had it after 10. We had it 6-4. It was a competitive fight. We thought that, Kovalev was winning early. We thought that Canelo started to take it in the middle, and then Kovalev started to snatch that joint back a little bit. The thing was, though, is the reason that I felt like Kovalev wasn't getting his jab off is because Canelo was doing like this. He was doing like this the whole time. He looked like he was the better conditioned fighter. He looked like he was the guy more prepared. I mean, I don't think it was a payoff or nothing like that. I think Kovalev was going for the win. We both had Kovalev up 6-4. Kovalev knew that he needed a knockout in a place like Vegas. He was giving Canelo all he could. He was trying to throw his best shit. And then Canelo hit him with a left hook and hit him with a straight right in his chin that knocked Kovalev's fucking head off to the sixth row.
I don't think Kovalev was giving all the best he could.
Bro, I think he was trying to win the fight. Like, I think he thought that he was up.
In the earlier rounds, I think he was trying to win the fight. But when it came to that, when I saw that shit in round 7, I think that was the turning point. I think that was it. So you think someone said, go ahead, go give him a good show early, and then throw that joint, motherfucker? I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna say, like, I agree with my friend, my work friend about this. What he told me. I agree that Oscar De La Hoya, who is a dirty motherfucker, and we all know that Oscar's dirty, was like, hey, here's some cash. You're old and you're dusted. Take your ass home.
I think he's gonna retire though.
I think he is too. So I mean,
it's about time.
Shouts out to Canelo for winning, but he's still a bitch anyway.
Who do you think is gonna be his next fight? Rami's Corner made a great video on this earlier, kind of talking about, you think Andre Ward might come out of retirement?
If Andre Ward comes out of retirement to fight Canelo, I'm gonna call him a bitch too. Like, get out of here! Like, I don't want to see that. I want Canelo.
Come back though?
Yeah, man, come on, Canelo, go fight Andrade. Why don't you fight Andrade?
He could fight. And I was going to talk about another fight that's supposed to come on in April. Badou Jack and Gene Pascal. He could fight Pascal. Maybe Canelo could. Maybe after that, sometime in 2020. Pascal, Ward, who was the other guy? Oh, Kalen Smith. He could go back down, which he said he was going to do. He said he was going to go back down to 160, but he'd have to stop at 168 to fight Kalen Smith, who's 6'3".
You see, and that's another thing I don't like about Canelo. He's trying to I don't listen to promoters, no one in my team or no my trainer or managers. I follow my own destiny. I want to do what I do. But man, no. Listen here, brother. Stop dodging these people. Go fight Andrade. If you win, move on. Go fight Caleb Smith.
Yeah.
If you win, then go defend that light heavyweight championship if you still got it. If you didn't, if they didn't take it from you. So
they might size him because it's Canelo. So they might bless him.
I'm getting tired of that shit, man. I'm getting tired of that shit, bro. Don't bless him, man. Make him defend it against young fighters. Make him defend it against people that are real, true challengers. Make him go down. He's the draw in the sport, right? You're the biggest draw in the sport. Why are you acting like a sucker? Go fight Andrade. Go take that challenge. What are you afraid of? If you're afraid, we want to admit that, Joint, you're afraid that you don't want to fight this guy. It's not right that he's not getting his shot at the champion, and it's not right that you're dodging fights. That's not good. And that's the problem with boxing today. We're having people that's going up, moving up, doing all this and doing all that, but they're not fighting. They're not taking the fights that they should be taking because they're afraid. If you're afraid, say that shit so we can know.
If you're scared, say you're scared.
Yeah, for real. If you're scared, say you're scared, man. Let us know, man. Like, don't do that dumbass shit. Let us know.
And I agree with you. I agree with you 1,000%. I definitely feel where you're coming from. Motherfuckers need to stop ducking people. I definitely didn't approve of Canelo moving up to 175 to fight an older Kovalev. But I thought Kovalev gave him a fight. But he still lost. He still got knocked the fuck out. So, Caleb Smith, speaking of him, he fights November 23rd against some guy named John Ryder, I think. So, he should beat his ass. And, this weekend, Billy Joe Saunders and Devin Haney are going to be on the undercard in Staples Center. KSI or KS1, whatever his name is, where he's going to be fighting Logan Paul. And, so... You gonna be getting the zone and shit. Are you looking forward to that fight? Because you will have the availability to watch it. It's gonna be at Staples. And you gonna watch that?
It was crazy. I took off this weekend because I forgot pay-per-view was coming on, so I'm watching a wrestling pay-per-view, so I might as well watch this shit show.
Hey, I'm gonna come over and we're gonna see what happens. So Devin Haney should beat the guy he's fighting.
Oh yeah, Devin Haney and Billy Joe Saunders. I'm definitely gonna watch them. But this
I don't know
KSI
who Billy Joe Saunders is fighting. Let me look it up. But
it's
no,
KSI versus Paul Logan or whatever the fuck is
Logan Paul.
Whatever the fuck his name is.
Hey, that
stick to
funny.
Fucking YouTube.
Yeah, he's fighting some dude named Marcelo Esteban Cocheras. So
I remember Logan. I remember Logan Paul. I remember him and Soulja Boy supposed to fight each other. I remember Soulja Boy and Chris Brown supposed to fight each other. I'm getting tired of all this shit. I don't want to see y'all fight. I want to see Canelo fight Andrade. Goddammit.
I want to see these real fights.
Saying,
I want to see Wilder fight Ruiz and Wilder fight Joshua.
I want to see Joshua versus fucking Fury, man.
We keep getting all these stupid ass, dumb ass fights.
God damn it.
But
these motherfuckers, man.
As is the case in 2019, Bama's don't want to fight like real competition. They want to fight guys they think they can beat. You know what I'm saying? And that's just whack. That's what you know what, and that comes down to what I remember. Max, shout out to Max Kellerman too, man. Shout out to you, Max. On Max on Boxing, I remember this was back in July. Max had who was it? Klay Thompson's dad on. Oh, and he's been on the show recently too.
Yes, and he made a good point. And Michael Thompson made a good point.
Real big boxing fan. I fuck with his knowledge. Like he seems like he definitely knows boxing.
He really does, and he was saying like, I want to see the fights, man. I want to see the big time fights. I want these guys to go out and fight each other.
Crawford Spence.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying.
I agree with him 100%, man. Like that's what I want to see, man. That's what I want to see, man. That's what I want to see. I agree with him 100%. He's right. That's why boxing has lost his oomph, because you don't got those fights like, man, you saw people like Holyfield versus Tyson, you saw Buster Douglas versus Tyson, you saw motherfucking Ali versus goddamn George Foreman, you saw Frazier. Man, gee, bruh. What are you talking about? Tarver versus Roy Jones Jr. Come on now. You saw
then Roy Jones fought
Felix Trinidad versus Winky Wright, man. You got
they fought in '93 and never fought again until 2008 when they were both jog-washed.
Son, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, shit is wild out here. Wild out here in these motherfucking streets. I think Kovalev. I mean, like I said, I think Kovalev's done. Canelo, man, I don't know. Either fight Billy Joe Saunders or no. You know, Bivol said he wants to fight. He said he wants to fight.
I know he did.
Canelo.
Man. I think he's pissed off that. I think he feels disrespected. I think he's disrespecting the division. I love Bivol. Bivol might destroy him though. Bivol is actually, people said Bivol is actually maybe the best 175, maybe the best 175 pounder in the world.
Or Beterbiev, you know what I'm saying? Beterbiev is probably gonna fight the dude from China. So if Bivol goes against Canelo, I think Bivol's gonna beat Canelo's ass. I don't think Canelo wants that work. I think he better go back down to middleweight.
I think he might even Beterbiev. I think he might want to go back down to middleweight. Beat is pretty fucking good too.
Beat is nice. He is nice. He beat the guy Gavaki, beat his motherfucking ass and shit. And I was cheering for Gavaki. But talk about a good fight. A good fight that is coming up though is Richard Comey versus Teofimo Lopez on December 14th, and the winner presumably goes to fight Vasily Lomachenko.
Talk that shit. Talk that shit.
Hey, it seems like the real Bamas is fighting each other in the lightweight division. You know what I'm saying? We trying.
Oh yeah, the welterweight division, the lightweight division. You know, they all fight each other for some reason. You know, and that's I respect those divisions because they're doing that shit.
What you think, Comey versus Teofimo? I think Comey's going to be the favorite going into the joint, but Teofimo could give him a good fight though.
That'd be crazy. What if Teofimo win and Teofimo goes on to beat Lomachenko?
Oh. Here, I think I got it right here. No, I actually don't. I thought I had the odds and shit, but that joint's gonna be December 14th. Should be a good fight. You think you going with seem like you going with Teofimo Lopez?
I like Teofimo Lopez. I think Teofimo Lopez is an exciting fighter. I think that he's a cocky son of a bitch, but he's exciting, man. He's
young and out, man. He's young.
He backs his shit
son
up.
Comey has experience, dog. Like Comey is a really good fighter, though.
He is a good fighter, but I don't know. Is he Teofomo's pretty good, man.
I'm telling you, I think Comey's gonna be the favorite.
That back joint, he hit that nigga in the back. Teofimo the dog.
Teofimo is a dog, but it's gonna be a great fight. So that is a fight that they actually getting their shit together. So we'll be December 14th. Like I said, presumably the winner goes on to fight Lomachenko. Should be interesting to see how it all plays out. The other one was, and I kind of mentioned it earlier, was Pascal said he wants to fight Badou Jack in December. Seems like we're getting pretty close to December, so maybe it'll have to be 2020. I don't know. Maybe they have agreed to a date. I'm not 100% sure.
Spice season, baby.
But Marcus Brown doesn't want to fight. I don't think he won. I think he declined the rematch with Pascal, if I'm not mistaken. Remember he had
some sucker shit.
I don't know. Maybe he wants to come back, like try to work his way back. Because Pascal's a good fighter. Pascal.
Marcus Brown lost the belt.
Yes, correct. And so Pascal said he wants to fight Badou Jack, whose last fight was a loss to Marcus Brown.
Maybe Marcus Brown probably hurt.
Maybe his eyes.
I mean,
Badou Jack lost to Marcus Brown.
That was that cut joint though.
He was fighting Marcus Brown.
Yeah, I know, but that was like that cut kind of fucked the fight up a little bit. So, because I can't really. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm not gonna really be a judge on that fight. I couldn't judge that fight for it because that cut really fucked things up.
But Brown was winning previously before that. It seemed like to me, and then the cut gave him a big advantage because when he cuts, because you know when you get a big cut like that in your head, you be gushing, and you saw the referee shirt like. It was a pretty crazy fight, so he wants to come back and fight Pascal, who was losing to Marcus Brown, but Marcus Brown had the ref called the fight because his eye was fucked up, and so should be interesting though. I don't know if they have, like I said, I don't know if they have a date yet or anything like that concrete, but yeah, we'll be interested to see how that shit plays out. One thing I wanted to say before we get into the heavyweights, because we always save the heavyweights for the end of the show, and because, like I said, that's my favorite division. I had no idea fucking Bert Sugar was from Washington, D.C. I had no idea they went to the University of Maryland. Hey, Bert Sugar was a funny-ass guy. That motherfucker, he used to keep it 100.
Fucking blunt.
Yeah, son, he used to keep it 100. Son, he was at a fight. The first one was in 1991. I was watching him do an interview. I don't think it was on HBO, so it was probably some network, maybe ABC or NBC. I'm not 100% sure. But so they was asking him, and it was 91 because he was talking about Mike Tyson's trial that was coming up in like early 92, and they asked him about like white American heavyweights, and he said, and this was just after Tommy Morrison had got knocked the fuck out by Ray Mercer. He said, you see Tommy Morrison's last fight, I think that pretty much sums it up, like how the situation is. Like there are no other guys. Like I was like, God damn. Like so that shit was crazy. He just like went on Morrison. And then the second one was in 2008. he was at the heavyweight championship with some Russian dude who Vladimir Klitschko was fighting, and Vladimir Klitschko won. I think it was like 12-round unanimous decision, and they were asking Bert Sugar about the fight, and he said he had to wake the guy up 2 rows in front of him. He said because his snoring was keeping him up in the second round. Like, I was like, oh, snap. Like, basically implying that it was a boring-ass fight. And then they got to ask him about Floyd Mayweather and shit, and he said, oh, you heard that loud sound behind me? Like, that's Sugar Ray Robinson rolling in the grave every time Floyd Mayweather says he's the greatest ever, like, or the best. Like, and I was laughing like shit. But, hey, it was pretty crazy. Brett Sugar, he's a keeper 100, you know what I'm saying? And Floyd, it was a really good fighter. I don't know if he was better than Sugar Ray Robinson, but...
Floyd is pretty fucking amazing.
Yeah, he's up there, though. He's definitely, in my opinion, definitely top 10. Something like that. So, anyway, yeah, Bert Sugar, I had no idea that he was from Washington, D.C. I had no idea that he went to the University of Maryland. Dope guy, dope opinions. He's, and I mentioned this in the text messages, he seemed like one of those guys who, or I know he was, like, one of those old school guys who, like, puts Joe Louis ahead of Muhammad Ali, and I disagree with that 100%, but that's Bert Sugar, you know what I'm saying, because his first fight was going to a Joe Louis fight in D.C., and he, you know what I'm saying, he grew up kind of with Joe Louis, but Muhammad Ali was better, in my opinion. The last things I wanted to talk about was Tyson Fury, and I didn't see the event, so we're gonna go to the expertise of my man Jordansky. What do you think about Tyson Fury at the what was it called, the Jewel Crown Jewel, the joint in Saudi Arabia? Jordan, tell us what happened, man. Tell us what went down, because I ain't see it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm interested.
I mean, the match was actually pretty decent. He did have a couple miscues. Per WrestleMania, love WrestleMania. He was imposed to. He did a scoop. I think Braun Strowman scoop slam or something like that happened, and he was supposed to get up, but he didn't get up, and Braun had to actually like motion to him to get up, like get up, man, get up. So I mean, he was a little bit off on some things, but that's going to be typical because you're not a fucking wrestler, you're a boxer. But other than that, his charisma and everything, coming to the ring, he came to the ring, he had traditional fucking Saudi garbs or Arabic garbs and all that stuff. So, he came out to lasers and all that shit, fire and everything. I mean, Tyson Fury did it, all that good shit. Tyson Fury did an alright job, man. Like I said, I think that if he wanted to take a career and wanted to like switch over and do something, I think with training, he could do that shit. He has the charisma for it. That's one thing I can say about Tyson Fury. He has a lot of charisma. Does he have more charisma than Deontay Wilder? No, I don't think so. But he has a lot of charisma, man. Like, and he's like seems like he's a genuine like nice guy for real. Like it seems like that. He comes off like that. Like he's just a chill ass dude. I know he's been through a lot, so he's probably like, man, he's a tough guy. So I fuck with him. He did an alright job. I think he did okay, but that pay-per-view was shitty, but he did okay.
What were some of the issues with the pay-per-view? And was his eye okay? Did
his eye was, I told you, his eye was okay. Everything was alright. He didn't have no issues with his eye, nothing. He didn't even get hurt. He was good.
That's what's up. You were saying he was supposed to fight
Brock Lesnar? The thing was that Tyson Fury came into it with the expectation of trying to get into something with Brock Lesnar. But, Tyson Fury wasn't the bigger draw than Brock Lesnar, I believe, in Saudi Arabia. Brock Lesnar was a bigger draw. And on the eyes of WWE, like, if you're going to be somebody that comes against Brock Lesnar, then you got to actually... No, my bad. Cain Velasquez was a bigger draw than Tyson Fury. So that's why Cain Velasquez got the nod to go with Brock. So it was just certain things that came into it. The pay-per-view was okay, like I said. It was decent, but, I mean, it's the Crown Jewel pay-per-view. It's Crown Jewel. They just do a Saudi pay-per-view every year. I don't know why.
Do you think they're going to come back next year, though? Because you were saying that there were some issues.
There were issues, though. The guys and the girls, they got stuck there. And it wasn't like a normal stuck, like, okay, they said it was mechanical issues, but they got escorted off the plane. Vince McMahon left.
He ain't trying with them. He
left. Vince left. Brock Lesnar left. Ric Flair, Hogan, they left. They had their Brock chartered Hogan and Flair with him. So they were all gone. It was just a crazy situation. A lot of wrestlers took to Twitter and Instagram and they voiced their concerns. I know Luke Harper, he was one of the guys that I found really funny when he said that, because there was a big thing out there saying that somebody's within the company said they all should have paid for their own charter flight. And then Luke Harper said, next time I will chip in with everybody so we can get a charter flight out. Which is kind of fucked up, because if you think about it, this isn't the wrestler's fault. So the thing from Dave, the thing from World Culture Wrestling, that's what they said, it was coming out, is that the Saudis haven't paid Vince the money yet. So from what I picked up, they paid $61 million was paid, but they were owed amount of from $300 to $500 million. That's a lot of fucking money for 2 pay-per-views. If you think about it, that's a lot of fucking money. And they said Vince cut the live feed for Crown Jewel. For the last hour, he cut the live feed. That's a big issue right there. That's not good going forward in the future. That's not good. There were also talks that people said, rumors that maybe it was because when Natalya and Lacey Evans had their match, public PDA between people out there between women, basically, for real, women basically out there aren't regarded as anything like they are here. So that after that match, they went out, they were showing affection to this lady out in the crowd. People were saying maybe that was a reason too. So there's a lot of rumors going on why the wrestlers were taken off the plane, why they were stalled. There was a lot of rumors going on. What's going on out there between the Saudis and WWE? It's just not from. They're covering up, they're saying that everything's okay, but from what other people are saying, it's like it's not okay. Like, wrestlers don't want to go back next year. People don't want to. They don't want to go back. Crew members don't want to go back. Nobody wants to go back over there. So it's like, oh, this is gonna be a shit show.
Sounds like a pretty fucked up situation. So hopefully Vince McMahon and them can get it resolved. And hey, we got the XFL coming up in February.
And that's another thing too. I don't know what's going on with this guy, because I think that he's putting all his guns with XFL. I told John before this. I told him this. I think the AAF was a test drive, and I'm being dead serious. You think about it. Who was the
Charlie Ebersol.
And yes, who's his father?
Dick Ebersol.
All right, and what did they do? Him and Vince. Yes, I think that was a test run to see how things were going to go. Number one, see how the market, get to feel the landscape of it, see the market, test it out, see what's going to happen, see their business structure, how they set things up, see if that's a good model for the XFL. Now he sees that it's not. So now that he sees that he has full control of it, he's a billionaire. He has full control of the XFL. More funds than AF. So I'm pretty sure now that he sees that what they feel, that he can take that and he can make something better. So I don't know. I think the XFL is going to do a good job as long as they stay away from the NFL. Like, keep away from the NFL. I think that's where the AF fucked up at, is where they kept on mentioning. Don't even mention them. Don't even say shit about them. Just
we're our own entity.
Yeah, we're our own thing. Like, we ain't gonna do nothing. So a reporter comes out and says, "What about the NFL?" Oh, we're our own thing. We're good.
100.
Yeah, like, we're good.
So last 2 minutes of the show, Rummy's Corner, they made a video about Wilder Ortiz 2, which will be November 23rd, which is like 2 weeks from now? Two weeks and some change. Can't wait for the fight. It's gonna be on Fox pay-per-view though. That kind of sucks. Yeah, but we always gonna find a way to watch that motherfucker, because Deontay Wilder, best of America. We gotta see that joint.
We ain't paid for Cole with Canelo, so you know what that means.
Hey, we gonna find a way. So I predicted the 8th round knockout. Jordan predicted 10th round knockout. Rummy's Corner said 4th round knockout. In the last 2 minutes, what you think about that prediction?
I think that's a good one too, though. But I really think that I'm giving Luis Ortiz respect, because last time it was a 10th round knockout, right?
10th round, yes.
So I'm giving him respect.
No, I thought you said 12 round decision. My bad. It was a 10th round knockout the first time.
That's a 12 round decision.
Or maybe you said 10th round knockout again. I'm not.
No, I gave him a knock. He was going to get knocked out again, but now
10th round.
Now, I think 10th round.
10th round. And so I had an 8th round knockout, And
Runnels going to get a 4-round knockout. If he knocks him out in 4 rounds, Deontay Wilder the best heavyweight in the world.
Yeah, 100. If he gets him out before 6, like,
because that means he ain't taking no games. He ain't playing. Like, and now hopefully that he comes in there and he looks a little bit more. He looked technical in the first Ortiz fight. And that's another reason why I think that he's going to get him out of there, because he comes in with a different game plan when he fought Ortiz. He fights technical. He's trying to fight technical. I like that. No, everybody. I was saying this today. I was saying this on BoxingNews.com. Everybody forgetting that Deontay Wilder's a bronze medalist in the Olympics. Like, he can't box. Like, this man can box. Like, everybody's forgetting that.
And one thing Remy's Corner mentioned was every time we've seen things are going Wilder's way, he always finds a way to prevail. So I think and we saw the last time he did a rematch, he knocked the guy out first round. So I'm still going 8th round knockout, but 4th round wouldn't surprise me too bad. So anyway, this is J&J Boxing. I'm Blaze Jays. I'm with my man Jordansky.
Alright, man, don't forget y'all to like, share, subscribe, man. Click that bell at the top for notifications. And leave some comments at the bottom and let us know what you feel about everything we talked about. I mean, you feel as though that Deontay Wilder,
Deontay Wilder,
you feel as though the fight's gonna go a different way. If you want to talk about the Annoyed fight, if you want to talk about anything, man, just let us know.
We'll be here to reply and respond all day in the paint out here. So yeah, we out here. Like I said, it was a good show. We back. Probably going to be back on Saturday. Nothing is a certainty, but we're going to try to be back on Saturday and give you an update on the Devin Haney, Billy Joe Saunders, and the KSI.
Yeah, we'll review that piece of shit KSI.
Anyway, definitely. So, anyway, that was today's show, and appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe, all that shit. We really would appreciate it. So, all right, we out.
All right, y'all.